Morning guys, just going to do a quick video about how to do the writing on the tyres. I've had a lot of messages over the last months asking me how I do it and what I use, so I just thought I'd make this little video very quickly to show you what I do. So the first thing I do, this is a pen we use, it's called a Pilot White Supercolour pen. Very important that you get the extra fine nozzle. Don't try it with anything larger than that because it'll just be a nightmare. I believe they're about £2.50 from eBay, and one will probably end up doing about 10 cars, 10 full sets of tyres. So that's what we use. What I'm just going to do, I'm just going to do a quick wheel and show you some little tricks I use to make them come up like new again. So I'll just take this wheel off. Obviously the first thing we do, you got to give this a good shake. Now I've done this earlier, so it should be in theory ready to go. As you can see, you just dot it, take any excess off, very important, because if it floods it can make a mess of a tyre. And here we go, you need a load of room, not a room, a load of light. And although you're probably thinking, that looks hard work, I need a steady hand to do it, it's actually a little bit easier than you think, than it looks. Because depending on the markings on the tyres, now obviously I'm doing a, what car is that in front of me? It's a Fire Dragon I'm doing. So these are from a like Thundershot family. Now, this is a particularly good tyre to do. It has quite a nice raised edge for the writing. As most do, to be fair. I'm rushing this slightly, I shouldn't be, but I don't want to bore you to death. It's one of these things where you just get better and better at it. My first couple of attempts were atrocious. But the other thing I need to tell you is, which is really good, you can actually afford to make a mistake, because any overspill or whatever we can fix quite easily. So I used to do this with a little bit of fear. Did you see I've just gone in that D? I'll show you how to fix that. Now I know this is again not everyone's cup of tea, but for me it's an absolute must to finishing a car off. I just think it looks fantastic. But again, each to their own. As you can see, the more you use it, you get this much better flow from the pen, and it's almost like you're not writing. You just use a pen for it kind of just flows itself. Now, another thing you've got to do. Obviously, I really should have cleaned these, but I didn't because they were quite clean to begin with. If it's got any residue, like an oily residue or just anything that shouldn't be there, you need to get that off before you start painting. It will come back and bite you, unfortunately. As you can see, it's not that slow a process. The hardest things I've done today are the hopper wheels and tyres, grasshopper and hornet. I actually have heard people use a cocktail stick to do that. And I actually tried it, and that was an absolute nightmare, and it put me off, and I thought, well, I'm never going to do that again. And then I had a spare hopper tyre that was ripped or something. I keep giving it a shake in between, it's just like a spray can, remember. And I ended up doing it with this pen, and it just takes a little bit more time, but the pen is perfectly adequate to do it, and just the writing's a lot narrower. And then put the lid on straight away. So, as you can see, that's how it looks. Now, there's a couple of little mistakes there. As you look at them close up, you know, you can see the imperfections, but, you know, when they're over, you know, a couple of foot away in a cabinet or whatever, they look absolutely amazing. Right, see that overspill on that tyre there? What I do, you just get a little sharp edge. It's probably a little bit too soon, to be fair, because I say I've kind of rushed this a little bit, but it does kind of scratch off. which this isn't working very well, but I think you get the gist of it. There, you can do that, and then it cleans up. Any residue you get from a tyre rating itself, you can, once it dries and you're happy with it, you can get it wiped off. So basically that's the writing. Now the second little cheat I do, I use this stuff, silicone lubricant spray. It's about £6 from eBay. Now I've only just started using this the other day. Someone on, I think it was Iconic RC, told me to use it to put some life back into the tyres, and I've used it on some of the stuff I'm collecting, and it's immense. It's really good. It uses quite a lot of it, but anyway, I'll just show you quickly. Just move the phone back a little bit so it doesn't spray it. Probably shouldn't be doing this inside, I don't tell anyone, but it's just a quick, very quick spray. And then bring it back down, and I'll just stick that on quickly. Now we're in a haze. I'm pretty sure I should have done that in a ventilated area, as in my garage, but I won't tell anyone if you don't. Obviously this, you don't dry it off, it dries itself. I'll just wipe that off. And basically, as you can see, this is what we're left with. So that's what you started with. You know, looks okay, but that's what you end up with. Now that shininess goes a lot, and I'll tell you what I'll just do. I'll just fly over to ones I've done yesterday, and you'll see that was done these were done yesterday, and you can just see now how the silicone is drying and the shininess kind of goes away, but it gives you this fantastic look that we're after. So I hope that's been beneficial, and if you've got any questions, just drop us a line, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like it, and check out my other Tamiya videos. Thanks, bye.